According to the Vatican, the Pope has pneumonia in both lungs. The Vatican announced on Tuesday that Pope Francis had pneumonia in both lungs. A significant decline in the Pope's already precarious health was revealed by further tests, including the onset of bilateral pneumonia, which required additional drug therapy. The Vatican announced on Tuesday that Pope Francis, who was hospitalized last week, has pneumonia in both of his lungs, but that he was in good spirits. The Vatican said in a statement that the clinical condition of the Holy Father, the laboratory tests, and the chest X-ray continue to present a complex picture. Following testing, the Vatican announced on Monday that it was altering Francis' treatment after he was hospitalized to Rome's Gemelli Hospital last Friday for bronchitis. It added Tuesday that a polymicrobial infection which has arrived on top of bronchiectasis and asthmatic bronchitis, and which required the use of cortisone antibiotic therapy, makes therapeutic treatment more complex. The follow-up chest CT scan which the Holy Father underwent this afternoon, demonstrated the onset of bilateral pneumonia, which required additional drug therapy, added the statement. After suffering from pleurisy that nearly killed him, the pontiff had a portion of his right lung removed when he was 21. Plans for his weekly Angelus prayer, which is held on Sunday, have not yet been announced by the Vatican, but it had previously cancelled a papal audience on Saturday and stated he would not attend a Mass on Sunday. Nevertheless, Pope Francis is in good spirits, it stated. On his fifth day in the hospital, the Pope alternated between resting and praying and reading texts, according to the Vatican. Pilgrims offer prayers. Francis, the leader of the Catholic Church since 2013, was hospitalized after having trouble reading aloud for several days. It is the most recent in a string of health problems for the Jesuit, who has had colon and hernia surgery since 2021 and is confined to a wheelchair because of knee pain. Prayers for the Pope's recovery were expressed by many of the pilgrims and tourists who congregated in St. Peter's Square on Tuesday. "I hope that he's getting better soon," 48-year-old Austrian traveler Birgit Junggroth Mayer told AFP. Others gathered outside the hospital in Gemelli, praying or holding candles. "I came to offer up a prayer for the Pope's speedy recovery." Jacqueline Troncoso, a Bolivian living in Rome, remarked, "I wish him well." In addition to letters from parents requesting that Francis pray for their ailing children, the Vatican also published pictures created by hospitalized youngsters for Francis. Pope Francis gives thanks for the closeness he feels at this time and asks, with a grateful heart, that we continue to pray for him, added the statement. Schedule in action. Francis is nonetheless a highly active pope, with a packed weekly itinerary and frequent trips abroad, despite his health issues. His Asia-Pacific tour, which spanned 4 countries and was the largest in both duration and distance, concluded in September 2024. AFP was informed on Monday by a source in the Pope's entourage that Francis was admitted following a very busy 2-week period during which he was weakened, but that there was no need for concern. Francis delivered a written message for the Angelus and watched last Sunday's Mass on television from the hospital. "I would have liked to be among you, but, as you know, I am here at the Gemelli Hospital because I still need some treatment for my bronchitis," wrote Francis. If the Jesuit is unable to perform his duties, he has the option to resign. In 2013, Benedict XVI, his predecessor, shocked the world by resigning, citing poor health, making him the first pope since the Middle Ages. However, Francis stated that he did not have any cause serious enough to make me think of resigning in a memoir that was released last year. A distant possibility that would only be warranted in the case of a serious physical impediment is stepping down, he wrote. He stated that I carry on in spite of his illnesses in an autobiography that was released last month. The reality is, quite simply, that I am old, he stated. Source France 24.